Hi, I'm Lorenzo from Ango AI. In this video, I'll cover everything you need to know about labeling videos on Ango Hub, from uploading all the way to labeling modes. Okay, so first of all, some technical specifications. Ango Hub supports the MP4 video container format, and at the moment, it is the only video format supported. When it comes to video length and size, we highly recommend a maximum length of 5 minutes. It is not a hard limit, but we found it to be a good general indicator for platform performance for various sizes and bit rates. Beyond that, the platform is open and free to try, so we always recommend simply signing up at hub.ango.ai and uploading a sample video. That way you can see the performance and judge for yourself. Now, we have two main ways to label videos on Ango Hub. One is frame-specific mode and the other is general mode. In frame-specific mode, you place labels on or classify individual frames in a video. General mode, on the other hand, is for classifying the entire video at once. Let me show you some examples and dive deep into each so that you know which one you need. Let's start with frame-specific labeling. To upload a video in this mode, make sure during upload that the frame step value here is at least 1. Also, make sure while adding new classification tools that the frame-specific toggle is turned on. Okay, so I've opened a frame-specific video now, and I can jump to a specific frame and place my label. In most cases, what will happen is that the label is following an object. So I go to the next frame and move the label so that it follows the object. Now, to make a label follow an item, we don't need to go frame by frame, especially if the object is moving in a linear way, because Ango Hub can help by using linear interpolation. Interpolation works for bounding boxes and polygons, and I'll show you an example with bounding boxes, but everything applies equally to polygons as well. We go to the first frame and label the object. We've now just created a keyframe. Then we move forward in the video and move the label to where the object went, thus creating a new keyframe. So now Ango Hub will automatically fill in the frames in between and assume that the movement of the label was linear. Now, few objects move perfectly linearly, so we can go and add more keyframes in between by manually moving the label where we think the object and the label went out of sync. We repeat this process of adding keyframes until we are satisfied with the quality of the final label. How can we tell which frames are interpolated by Ango Hub and which frames are the keyframes we added manually? Well, on the lower left side of the screen, for each label, you'll see that in interpolated frames, this toggle, called the interpolation toggle, will be active, whereas during keyframes, the toggle will not be visible at all. Once the object leaves the screen completely, and therefore we also want to stop the label, we can simply hover over the label and press the S button, or we can go to the label list and disable the interpolation toggle. This way, the label follows the object and it disappears when the object also disappears. Moving to classifications in the frame-specific mode, you can have labelers classify each label placed on the video. For example, if we have a label drawn on each vehicle, we can ask the labeler which vehicle type that was or which color. All you have to do is right-click on the label and answer the question. From an admin point of view, from the settings panel, you open the label and add your question from the nested classification dropdown. Now, on images, we can actually nest these questions conditionally within one another, so we can ask new questions according to the answers to the previous questions. This functionality, however, is not currently available for videos. Only the first question will show up. So in the settings panel, if you have nested questions beyond the first level, be warned that in videos, they will not show up. We can also classify entire frames, not just single labels. One example of this is to mark all frames in a video where a particular object appears, but without placing a bounding box or a polygon. We can classify frames by adding a classification tool from settings and enabling the frame-specific toggle. By default, classifications will be for the entire video, not for each frame, so we make sure to turn that toggle on. Once we're in the video editor, we jump to the frame where our object appears, or our classification should start, and we enable the classification. We move to where the object disappears and disable the classification. This way, each frame where the object appeared was marked. Besides checkboxes, it's also possible to have radio buttons, drop-downs, and more. Please check our documentation for more information. Now, moving on to general mode. This mode is for quickly classifying the entire video at once. In this mode, we're not interested in the specific frames, and instead we treat the whole video as if it were one single unit. To upload a video that will be classified in general mode, we upload it with a frame step of 0. This is how we enable general mode for the video. Once we enter the editor, we can see that its appearance has changed slightly, as this is a UI optimized for watching and classifying entire videos, as opposed to frame-specific mode. You can hear the video sound, for example, and files are not split and processed into frames, which makes them faster to load. In this mode, quite simply, watch the video with the controls at the bottom and classify it as if it were any other asset with the classification tools on the left. In this mode, you can't place bounding boxes, polygons, or any other label that needs to be placed on the video itself. We can only classify. We hope this covers any questions you might have about labeling videos on Ango Hub. For more information, as always, visit our documentation at docs.ango.ai or send us an email at support@ango.ai. Thank you for watching.